Tesla is top choice in UBS EV Consumer Survey. UBS reaffirmed its buy recommendation and $220 price target for Tesla following the UBS Evidence Lab's seventh wave of EV consumer survey. Tesla is the one choice for buying an electric vehicle. A UBS survey of more than 10,000 participants shows that 46% of consumers are likely to consider buying a battery electric vehicle BEV. This is 3% less than in 2022. This is the first time they have recorded a decline in interest since the study began in 2016. Analysts believe that it is driven by European markets on affordability concerns. Despite the general decline in consumer interest in buying electric vehicles, this has not affected Tesla. The manufacturer maintained its lead in the brand survey. According to the data, 42% of potential BEV buyers are considering buying a Tesla, up from 41% last year. UBS analysts wrote in a note, Tesla keeps its lead in the brand survey with 42% of BEV purchase intenders considering to buy a Tesla. In China, Tesla lost its top rank for the first time to BYD. Now these two brands lead all others by a wide margin. Amongst legacy OEMs, German premium brands gained territory by 200,300 bits per second YY. Whereas mass-market brands showed flat to negative momentum on a global basis. In combination with continued execution issues and gradually growing international popularity of Chinese brands even though still at a low level, EV strategies of legacy mass-market brands look increasingly at risk as price competition intensifies. The survey also showed that American consumers have a very high interest in Cybertruck compared to competing pickup trucks. The share of those who prefer Cybertruck remains significantly higher than all competing electric vehicles, with a stable 12%. The firm's analysts are confident that Cybertruck will be a profitable product in 2024, boosting gross profit by around $4 billion. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. My take. Of course it is. There is only Tesla, BYD and the Rift Raft. Tesla's price war may lead to automakers closing up shop in China. Tesla's price cuts have caused much more turmoil across the globe than some people may have expected, and this is especially true in China. According to analysts, the situation may become so dire that some Tesla rivals may have to close up shop, or perhaps partner up or consolidate. When Tesla first started lowering prices, the word on the streets was a lack of demand for its EVs, which has been the initial story nearly every time Tesla reduced prices over the years. Regardless of the reason for the US EV makers' price cuts, they've worked, and in a big way. Tesla's timing of the price cuts sent the industry into a spiral, and it's continuing to spin out of control in some cases. Tesla has more competition in China than in any other market, which makes sense since it's the largest auto market on the planet and a hot spot for EVs. CEO Elon Musk even has gone so far as to say publicly that certain carmakers in China are really Tesla's only concern when it comes to real competition. Tesla's EVs tend to be more premium and more expensive than some of its rivals' offerings in China. So the clear answer is to reduce prices, boost demand, and ensure that EV buyers in China choose Tesla over local electric car producers. Tesla has done just that, and it's working. In fact, after a few price cuts in China, some Tesla models are 50% cheaper than they are in the US. Needless to say, Tesla's rivals in China have lowered their prices to better compete, much like other global automakers. Mercedes and Volkswagen are offering discounts in China. Ford dropped the price of the Mustang Mach-E electric crossover, and local companies NIO and XPeng have had no choice but to cut prices as well. Some 30 automakers in China have now reduced prices, and it's creating a disaster for some. According to recent reports, the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers has asked for an end to the price war. The organization notes that this is no way to fix long-term concerns and was simply put into place due to a drop in sales at the beginning of 2023. It hopes to convince automakers to return to normal operation as soon as possible. According to Teslarati, NIO's chief financial officer Stephen Feng told Bloomberg Television that the auto industry in China is dealing with a very profound shuffle. He shared, "We need to go through this price war at the beginning of the year, and then we expect the industry to go through some profound fundamental consolidation. It's almost consensus that China now has too many automakers. Over 150 new electric cars and plug-in hybrids will debut in China in 2023 alone, and there are arguably too many brands and models for buyers to choose from already." Meanwhile, as many of China's automakers are struggling with the price cuts, Tesla is in a position where it could reduce prices even further if needed. Tesla has billions of dollars it could use to sustain price cuts, while rival automakers are already hurting. Morgan Stanley notes that BYD could also afford to be more aggressive with price reductions for a time, but weaker competitors won't be able to handle it for long. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside EVS. My take: not just China. The Big Four are also in jeopardy. Tesla rolls out Safety Score 2.0 with new factors for a more accurate grade. Tesla has rolled out Safety Score 2.0 with new factors that will make your driving score more accurate, making insurance rates more aligned with driving behaviors. Safety Score is an assessment of driving behaviors that can affect your insurance rates. The Safety Score is an estimate of various factors that can determine the likelihood of an accident. An aggregated safety score helps drivers learn how they can also be safer on the roads, and they are graded from 0 to 100. Tesla released the third version of the safety score today, being simply labeled as Safety Score 2.0. Tesla said the new update features 2 new safety factors and updates how driving behaviors are measured. Key changes are listed below. Added excessive speeding as a new safety factor. More time spent driving over 85 mph will lead to a lower safety score. Added unbuckled driving as a new safety factor. Time spent driving over 10 mph without buckling the driver's seatbelt will lead to a lower safety score. Updated late-night driving to be risk-weighted based on when you are driving from 10 p.m. 4 a.m. The impact of late-night driving on your safety score will depend on the proportion of time spent driving in each hour from 10 p.m. 4 a.m. The impact on your safety score is now reduced earlier in the night and increased later in the night. Updated hard braking safety factor to exclude braking events that occur when the vehicle detects a yellow traffic light. The previous release of Safety Score featured visualizations of how specific events during a trip impacted your grade. Late-night driving was also added as a safety factor, but the new 2.0 update shows there were additional improvements made in an attempt to refine it further. There were also changes made to autopilot disengagements, hard braking, and forward collision warnings and how they affect the safety score. Tesla first rolled out the safety score in September 2021 and used it as a way to incentivize safe driving habits. Initially, with the rollout of the Request Full Self-Driving button, safety scores of 98 or better were awarded access to the FSD beta pool. The requirements to be added to the pool have been lowered over time. However, the safety score can still affect insurance premiums if an owner utilizes Tesla's in-house insurance program. This is only available in select states, however, including Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Maryland, Minnesota, Nevada, Ohio, Oregon, Texas, Utah, and Virginia. Source: reposted and summarized from Joey Klender at Teslarati. My take: Tesla's insurance product will soon be disputing the traditional auto insurance companies. Tesla ships new feature that eliminates the worst part of cabin heat. Tesla has shipped a new feature in its most recent software update that eliminates the worst part of cabin heat. The cold air that comes out before the vehicle has sufficiently warmed up. Tesla vehicles consistently improve through software updates, and they can feature things such as updates to vehicle performance, bug fixes, or in this case, convenience options. These updates roll out regularly, giving Tesla owners a unique advantage over some other automotive manufacturers by offering improvements that can be downloaded like a phone update. In Tesla's the 9th of June 2023 software update, there are several improvements to past features like Apple Music, and undocumented changes like the appearance of a tire pressure card. Tesla is also releasing a feature called Climate System Warming Up, which will make sure the air is heated to the desired temperature before the fan activates and releases it from the vents via Not a Tesla app. Your vehicle will now display warming up above the cabin temperature when the vehicle is waiting for the air in the HVAC system to warm up before turning on the fan. This is a convenience feature that will save drivers the discomfort of having cold air blow out of the vents when the cabin is already cold. Instead of guessing when the vehicle is finally warm enough to blow out warmer air, your Tesla will now allow you to select the temperature, and the air will not blow out of the HVAC system until it has reached this temperature. Tesla has made various improvements to in-car features over the years to improve the comfort of the driver while the vehicle is in operation. Along with this feature, drivers with newer vehicles also have access to heated steering wheels and cabin preconditioning, which allows owners to heat up the vehicle at a specific temperature with the mobile app. Source: reposted and summarized from Joey Klender at Teslarati. My take: always something new when you own a Tesla.